Hello, boxing fans. Providing a singular update here, CombatTalk.fm. My name is Leister. Just FYI, obviously the fight with Crying Garcia and Devin Haney is happening this weekend. We have a couple other fights on deck. I'm going to be putting the show on hiatus. The reason I'm doing so is because largely the decline of boxing as I see it. I'm very concerned with some of the things I'm seeing. I also see that some form of oversensitivity is encroaching upon boxing forums where mods are getting sensitive, triggered, set off for their personal feelings. And it's disturbing. Like, we're not in an era where we're openly able to talk about fighters, good and bad, like we should. And in the old, and then you got Crying Garcia out here doing all sorts of crazy nonsense, missing weight. Devin Haney, he's now going to be fighting a guy that's bloated, and then there'll be an excuse. And so then the WBC is not on the line. That's fine. But there'll be an excuse, just like there was against Tank. And so then Haney won't get the credit. And I'm bothered by what I see in the industry. And then I hear about Crawford allegedly fighting for WBA 154 for the title that Jermell Charlo relinquished because he was going to fight Canelo. And then Jermell Charlo's allegedly going to step aside for that fight. So rather than Jermell taking the title, fighting the guy, I forget the guy, but fighting the guy, getting his title legit, and then fighting Crawford. And for Crawford, instead of him fighting somebody legit, he's going to get a gimme. I'm not suggesting his opponent's going to be an easy touch, but it's a gimme. Let's be honest here. Crawford will duck Boots Ennis at 147. Boots won't get a fair shot there. So now we're right back to this whole chaos. Crawford still hasn't vacated the titles there. Canelo's not fighting Benavidez. Munguia, nobody believes he has a chance to beat Canelo. Everything is, Conor Ben maybe getting a gimme fight here very soon with Boots, maybe. You got freaking Broner and Blair Cobbs, which is going to be great on the presser, but it's going to be a shit fight. So, like, I looked, and then the whole Tyson Fury Usyk shit that's going to be happening, I think that's June. Everything, that's not an enticing fight. Wilder and Zhang is a decent fight, but it depends on what. Wilder shows up. Zhang looked like crap in his last fight. They have to wait on the Saudis to pay for the shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very disappointed in the state of boxing. And because I'm disappointed and no longer excited, it doesn't compel me to continue doing the show, even if it's once a week. Because every time I dial in, I don't see the kinds of compelling fights like I want. So I am going to put the show on hiatus. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring it back, honestly. Although I enjoy boxing, I don't enjoy what's happening to the business. Part of this is ESPN. Part of it's Showtime pulling out. HBO pulling out, the top people that's happening, and then just a lack of true stars. There's no real star power. Don't say Teofimo, he's not a star. Don't say Cryan, he's not really a star. Don't say Logan Paul, he's not a star. Jake Paul's not a star. Star is not about drawing. Star is not about social media. Star is star. If you're a star, you are a star. Somebody like Deontay Wilder, who has a statue erected of his facade out there in front of a library, he is qualified as a star because he has a physical presence in his home area. Tank Davis is known throughout his home state, irrespective of online. I would qualify him as a star, etc. So I don't know if I'll bring it back. I honestly do not. I may or may not. I have not decided. Probably not. I'm going to instead focus energy into casual talk as well as crypto talk a little bit more, lean into those, and then start up the new platform show that I'm going to be building out once I get the physicals all sorted out. I want to say thank you for listeners for listening to the show. I know that it's kind of gone up and down. We've got a number of people that, there's a lot of Lomachenko fans out there. There's certainly some Crawford fans out there. There's some Teo fans out there. There's a little bit of Boots. Matias, I know there's a lot of you Matias folks out there, and I want to apologize to you because that's another one, right? You got a guy in Matias who's throwback, exciting to watch, can't get him in the ring, so everybody's ducking him. Tim Zoo over here, he basically screws the pooch against Sebastian Fundora, a guy who got knocked spark out by Mendoza, the same Mendoza that Zoo ran through. It's frustrating. It's a frustrating sport business to watch, and even cover it is draining. Even if I only do it for 30 minutes a week, It's the frustration of not seeing the same level of energy that we used to. And then most of the fights going to fucking Amazon, pay-per-view. Seriously? So we're moving away from TV for it. That was the platform to find it. It was free TV. ProBox is there. ProBox buys Boxing Scene. Boxing Scene has triggered butthurt mods over there. Reddit Boxing has triggered butthurt mods over there. Boxing News 24 has triggered butthurt mods over there. No matter what you do, there's no the men like, and Crying Garcia, the way he's fucking acting, right? There's no men that can just openly chat and talk. So I'll tell you this in closing. I don't know this, I may start up my own shit, right? For men to have open conversations about this. And hopefully we can together platform and encourage the kinds of stuff that real men do, which is no butt hurt triggered ass mods and advocating for the fights we want to see. I may do that. I haven't decided. It's a time sink. I'd have to think about it. I don't know if it's worth it at this point. So again, I want to thank you. We may or may not be back. Our archives will remain up at combattalk.fm for those that are interested in listening back to some of our past coverages. Until then, signing off.